Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
DJ Angelo.
You're rocking with the best, the best, the best.
I'm the hottest round with the crazy style.
Hey, what's happening guys? It's DJ Angelo and welcome to Turntable Tutorial 13. This is the concluding part of my beat juggling basics and I hope you found part 1 useful. When compared to scratching, most people find beat juggling a lot more challenging to get good at, mainly because you have to be very precise at commanding 2 records at the same time, and it's really more about having good ideas and a good style as opposed to mastering a load of techniques. For these reasons, beat juggling is also very difficult to teach someone else, and it's something that most DJs discover themselves purely through experimenting and spending time with 2 records on their decks. That's what I did, and I 100% encourage you guys to do the same. But to help you on your way, here are some more of my foundational techniques and tips. If you followed the last tutorial and are now comfortable looping a beat seamlessly, the next step is to get more technical with your records. First of all, I'm going to demonstrate ways of adding scratching into the equation, which can make your loops look and sound more impressive. But the most important thing still remains, which is to keep your loops tight and not to let your timing suffer on account of the scratching. The best thing to do is to start with a simple scratch and gradually increase the difficulty to see what you're able to fit in whilst looping the beat. Here's some examples, but always experiment with your own ideas to develop your own style. There's no set formula when it comes to beat juggling because what you're able to do can depend a lot on the records that you've chosen to use. As a beat juggler, you need to listen to music more closely and be able to pick out the separate sounds that are available on the records. So it's a good idea to choose beats that aren't too cluttered with other sounds and instruments. I'm going to take a closer look at the first 8 beats of my record here, and to start off I'm going to listen to see what sounds actually fall on each beat. So it might help if you count along as the record plays on every beat. Okay, hopefully you noticed that on every beat the sounds alternate between a kick drum and a snare drum. Have a listen again. Kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. So beat 1 was a snare, beat 2 was a kick, beat 3 was a snare, beat 4 was a kick, and so on. But obviously there's more in this music than just kicks and snares. The most prominent sounds that I hear are the 3 musical stabs that ascend from low to high in the first 4 beats, but then they descend from high to low in the last 4 beats. So I'm going to play the first 4 beats of the record and I'm going to see where exactly the kick drums and the snare drums fall on the record in terms of this being a clock face. So obviously we already know that the first kick falls at 12 o'clock. So beat number 1 is at 12. Beat number 2 falls at around 4 o'clock. Beat number 3 falls at around 9 o'clock. and finally beat number 4 falls at around 1 o'clock. So by the time it's reached beat number 4, the record's done a full rotation. If we carry on to the next 4 beats, so this is beat number 5. So beat 5 falls at around 5 o'clock. Beat 6 falls at around 10 o'clock, roughly. Beat 7 falls at around 2 o'clock. And finally beat 8 falls at around 7 o'clock. Obviously there's a lot more sounds going on than just the kicks and the snares. There's also sounds available to you to use in a beat juggle that fall on the half beat, such as hi-hats. Hi-hats are normally found halfway between a kick and a snare, just like this one here. So you can see the hi-hat is on the half beat, which is halfway between beat 1, which is here, and beat 2, which is here. So here we have another sound on the half beat, which is the final musical stab in the sequence. So that's another useful sound that could be used in a beat juggle, which is on the half beat. Again, we've got another hi-hat on the half beat here at around 10 o'clock, which is in between beat 3 and beat 4. And another kick drum here on the half beat between beat 4 and beat 5. So this is just a basic demonstration, and it's one possible way of analysing your records for samples, and it's a process that may help you generate ideas for beat juggling. So take a look at your records and play through the samples and get a rough idea of where all the sounds are placed on the record. Now that I have a better understanding of the individual samples that make up my beat, I can now cut them in at different times to make my loops sound more interesting. Here's some examples, but again, don't be afraid to try out your own ideas. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and I hope you learned something new today. All of this may seem like a really steep learning curve, but the truth is there's no easy way of getting into beat juggling. The best thing you can do is to just throw yourself into it and experiment with your records and try and come up with different ways of manipulating the beat on your records. That's the best thing you can do. I'm certainly not a master at beat juggling myself, but the three things that I always concentrate on improving are my speed, my timing, and my ideas. So if you work on all three of those, you'll definitely get further in this art form. I'll be back soon with another tutorial, so until the next time, peace and progress.